Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, President William Samoei Ruto, together with his troop, have been in Tharaka Nithi. Tharaka Nithi is part of Mount Kenya East. Their main agenda is very clear. Everyone can tell. Though, for them, they are on a campaign tour. That's what they want to tell the people. But everyone knows very well what they are going there to do. So what has shocked many is that when Ruto handed over a microphone to majority leader of the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, to address the audience, the crowd started walking out on Kimani Ichung'wah. That is the situation. Imagine the president is still there. Kimani Ichung'wah has been given an assignment. By the way, you have to understand what normally happens in politics. These people, when you see them speaking, they don't just come and start just speaking anyhow in such an organized event. They normally sit somewhere and agree you will say this. For example, Justin Muturi talked about the issue of $1 billion deal that Ruto was forcing him to sign at an airport. Someone has been assigned to respond to Justin Muturi before Ruto will then later join in. So, when you see Ruto handing a microphone over to someone to speak, already he has told that person what to say. So someone has been prepared on what to say. The total embarrassing is that before Kimani Ichung'wah would say what Ruto has advised him to say, the audience was walking out on Kimani Ichung'wah. So he was left with a few people to address there. You know, even your speech will get confused because people are walking and you're speaking, they're walking away. It's like they don't want what you're talking about.
Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi hapa niko nyumbani sababu mimi ni marafiki wa hii watu wa Tharaka. Tumetembea nao miaka mingi na vile rais amesema, mnakumbuka mwezi wa 5, mwisho wa mwezi wa 5 2022. Si tulikuwa hapa Kadhwana? Na nakumbuka hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais umesema hawa wangwana wa Tharaka Nithi wakilia machozi juu ya Stureh Kindiki. Si ni kweli? Lakini leo hakuna machozi. Sababu huyu mungwana Stureh Kindiki ndiye naibu wa rais wa Kenya wa leo. Sababu ya kuwa mungwana mvumilivu, mungwana mwenye heshima na mtu wa kufanya kazi na watu wote na kuunganisha watu wote. Si ni kweli? Nyinyi mnaona tukiendelea pale 2027 tupee William Ruto tamu ya pili. Akimaliza nani ataendelea kutoka hapo? Ati nani ataendelea? Nani ataendelea? Mumesema 2027 William Ruto amalize yake 10. Ni kazi bila breaks. Ni 10 bila breaks. Tukimaliza hiyo twende kwa Stureh. Stureh.
Now, the big question on this punchline is very simple. Why were the residents of Tharaka Nithi walking out on Kimani Ichung'wah as he was addressing them in the presence of William Ruto? That's the big question. And before we go deeper to answer this, just a quick request. For those who are watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Just support the channel by giving the video a thumbs up, by the way. It won't cost you. And that is one of the ways to appreciate the work on this channel. So please, if you are watching, thumbs up. It is so much important. Thank you so much. And back to our discussion. Now, you know, there is something Nyandarua Senator Mate talked about. It was like a joke, but I see it happening. He said that the only person who has paid for the audience to listen to him ni mtu mmoja, William Ruto. these other people, they must renegotiate with the audience. They pay. 2,000 shillings was paid only for clapping for President Ruto. The other speakers must pay. If they want anyone to listen to them, they must pay. Could it be true? There can be a possibility of such. That money was handed out and this crowd was told, twende tusikize rais. Once Ruto is over, it is done. So they will not listen to other speaker. Only Ruto, then they will walk away. And so, if Ruto want to contain the situation, he should be the last person to speak. And again, that will make people get bored and walk out even before he will start speaking. Ndio maana anataka aongee wa kwanza. So this is a hired crowd heading to the next stopover to listen to the person who has hired them. Wanaenda next stopover. That can be a possibility. Now a serious one. Kimani Ichung'wah should know that Kenyans have suffered in his hands. Kimani Ichung'wah is the majority leader of the National Assembly. A man who the state has been using to pass some of the bills that they want to pass. He's the one who will be pushing for those bills. He will be even intimidating other members of parliament to vote for those bills. So his position, he has abused his position to an extent Kenyans are aware. Most of the suffering they went through, it is because Kimani Ichung'wah was really pushing for this in order to please the executive. So when people are aware that some of the policies, the bills we have seen in the National Assembly that are so much oppressive, they won't listen to you. So some of the people can remember. So huyu ni Kimani Ichung'wah ambaye huwa anapitiza zile bili za kusema payslip should be dealt with, housing levy. You come to all the payslip has lost a meaning. Who has been pushing in the National Assembly? And Gen Zs were very clear that it is just through the National Assembly where we can be saved. If members of parliament decline to pass some of these bills. But unfortunately, people like Kimani Ichung'wah, they do push to the end for the executive to have their way. So he has never been pro-people. He has never supported the people. He is always like a foot soldier of the executive. That is not the spirit of our Constitution 2010. The 2010 Constitution is clear, and even before that, there is clear separation of power. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. 3 arms of government. They should work independently. But the executive, the National Assembly, which should be actually be oversighting the executive, they have become the puppet of the executive. Instead of legislating on matters, being well aware that they are the people to defend their constituencies, instead, wamekuwa puppet ya State House. Parliament has lost its meaning. So that can be one of the reasons. For those who have listened to what Justin Mutulu said, then you are here in such an event, even you will have no respect for Ruto, you can walk out on him. Imagine Kenyans when they look at these leaders, and Kimani Ichung'wah is the man who has been assigned with the role to respond to JB Muturi. I saw in one of the events, he was indirectly attacking Muturi and defending Ruto at Mutu as kutishie. So when he was given the microphone, the first thing people knew that he's coming here to defend Ruto and throw jabs at Justin Muturi. So because of that, they walked out on Kimani Ichung'wah. Look at the discussion that Kimani Ichung'wah is bringing. When Ruto was coming to Tharaka Nithi and Mount Kenya at large, he was very clear that he's coming for he was coming for a development tour. But instead, what we are seeing, it is a campaign tour. Very clear. Kimani Ichung'wah is talking about 2027. Making the matters worse, he has even gone further to talk about 2032. And after Ruto, Nikindiki. That is sarcastic. It's an irony. He's blackmailing these people. We all know that it's not going to be very easy for Kindiki to be maintained as the running mate as long as ODM is on the table. It cannot happen. ODM is as you are jinga. They're not stupid. ODM is an equal party just like UDA. So you cannot take a running mate and a presidential position, then you say you are in it cannot work. So Kimani Ichung'wah brought that discussion. The best way to dismiss that discussion is to walk out on him. A total embarrassment. So many issues. And I think we can continue this discussion through the comment section. So thank you so much for everyone who have listened to me up to this far. And I see you in our next video, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with the discussion.